Good morning to everybody. Welcome to Cat's Cottage. I've sat down this morning, nice cup of coffee. Always hot too. How's everything going with everybody? I hope well. I hope everybody's starting to move around a little bit. For the spring, don't start out doing too much, and I'm not talking about just the old people. I'm talking to all of you. Start out and try to do too much, you'll get real sore. Uh, just take it in little increments, little sections, Um, you're not going to be able to, really do it all, but uh, a gardener's work is never done. There's always something to do, and that's the way it always is, and never change. Uh, but it's for us that like to go to the garden centers. I guess it's time to go and look around, see what's there. Oh, I did. Where was it then? Oh, Tractor Supply. Oh my goodness. My husband went in there to get some rat poison. Um, when he does get it, uh, I have to really watch. I have to go out behind him and see where he's put it because I can't seem to get it through his head that he can't put it out where any kind of bird will be able to get to it. You know? What the problem is, I have them in that far back storage building all the time. And I've told him, let's just tear it down. But if we do, they'll move up to another building. So we've never been able to get them out of here. I think I think rats are actually worse in the city than they are in the country. When I was out in the country, I never had any. I don't think I ever seen one, you know. But here in the city, oh, you can see them, you know. I guess it's because we have so many things in a confined space, you know. Uh, in some places, it's hard to throw things away because they fine you so much for throwing something away. So you think, well, I'll just put it out there behind that building and leave it. Uh, and then they nest up. Well, they'll nest up in something you're not throwing away. I had a barbecue pit up on this balcony right here forever. Uh, one of those propane. And a rat would get in there every year. And I never, didn't put it together. But it's one of those cast iron looking heavy things. And the top of the pipe that comes up at a flap. And when I finally realized that, I fixed that so it couldn't get in there. But one day I was just looking out the door here, just looking, um, and I saw a large rat move under I have a seat built in all the way around the balcony, seat built in all the way around. And it traveled through that under part of the bench all the way around. It moved so fast that I thought, uh, I'd never seen it. Just darted and so fast going to that barbecue pit. And that's when I really got to looking at that pit thinking, well, this ain't working. Let me, and then when I closed that off, that was the end of it. It was over. Um, but yeah, I've done all kind of things. I'm sorry for y'all people that like them rodents. I don't. I've even gotten out there with a gun and shot them. I don't like them to jump on me. I've had them a few years ago. I had one out in that other building jump off a shelf and jump right here on my chest and use me as a, you know, jumping board here and then down and then went under. And it was huge. I had a water fountain stored in there. It wasn't full of water or anything. It was just stored in there. It was a place to live, you know. And so that's where it was hiding. Anyway, I have to go out there, and he bought it, and I got to go out there behind him. And he slips off, and I know he's disappeared for a while. I know he's up putting that rat poison out or doing something, throwing something away. So I have to go out there, see where he put it. He wants it to be eaten under the building, but he puts it, like he lays it here, like to the edge of the building, and the birds come. Little chipmunks come right there, and I push it on up in there. I'll get a stick, a pole, or something, rake something, and I push it up on in there. But I prefer him to put it totally inside that building, inside. You know, I don't know. I still like to have it torn down. I had a little building, metal building by my pool. It was a pool building for pool supplies, and it was okay. And after I moved in here, I repaired it, you know, painted it, made it look like new, and it was rusted then. The not half, but bottom section about that far was rusted, and I attached metal stripping all around it with that liquid aluminum that you buy in a tube and you squirt, and attached all that, and then I attached metal stakes into the ground and wire so nothing could get it in there. And that's how old it was when I moved in at the time in '95. It should have been torn down then. But anyway, recently, when I had a new roof put on, uh, I got those young boys to tear down that fence that building. I said, "What will you charge me extra to tear that building down?" And they said $50. Huh? $50? And I thought, oh my gosh, it's bolted to the concrete too, the post and everything. So I thought, oh my gosh, I could have been rid of that ugly piece of crap a long time ago. Anyway, it was like blinking my eye and it was gone. I was so excited about it. I helped him carry the, the, the stuff they tore down to their long trailer to carry it off. Uh, I was more excited about that. I was willing to help them. Let me help y'all pick this up. Oh, just so excited to see that. That's where I put my greenhouse. It's on a concrete slab, and like this is this is a blessing. I'm so glad this ugly thing's gone. And like I tell my husband, just let's get rid of that building. Let's just tear it down. But he won't. It's real large compared to the others. Now the one I got middle ways, which I call my garden shed, is uh, it was bought in about '98, so it's in good shape. But you have to keep a watch on them. You have to watch them. You have to, see what's going on in them, because things will get in there and tear it up. If they ever get in there and they breathe that stink, it never comes out. Well, I sure didn't intend to get up and start talking about rats. more or less, look at this picture. You don't see that at all? It looks like it's kind of a, there it's toning down a little bit. But gosh, can you imagine sitting on that porch? Sitting on that porch and looking out at all that lavender, and the smell of that lavender. It'd have to be my favorite place on earth, that's all. Yes, I'd be there. They got 2 candles, and they must have got out there really early for daybreak since they got the candles. And because you sure wouldn't need them for scent, that's for sure. Um, and I just love the cushioned rockers. Now, I saw a cushioned rocker in the Salvation Army this last time. It was really old, but there was a skinny man looking at it to buy it. Um, it wasn't made for a man at all. It was a woman's rocker, or even a child's rocker. Um, it was real old. And I would say that it's too old to buy and rock in. I would say it's more like looking at, or to maybe somebody reselling it. But and he wanted to please her. He was trying it out for her, and I don't. I'm not sure they took it. I don't think they took it. But it was pretty cool looking. I have no space for another rocker. I'm already jammed up in here, and I got one on the balcony that I put out there, and it's not an outdoor rocker. It's indoor. So it'll probably fall apart out there. But anyway, I do have one in here, shoved in here. My husband has one. And, uh, I think he likes it better. Now, the one he has is an outdoor rocker. It's made of, pine wood. Looks piney. Um, or it might be made of oak, but it's the color of my floor. My floor, I have a wood floor that's oak, and it matches it. So he seems to enjoy it. Told me the other day that he liked having this rocker in here. So I think really anything that he makes a habit, that happens, that's what he enjoys and prefers. Anything that's a habit. Um, don't shift his chairs around and say, sleep, sit in this chair this time. I'm moving this chair here. You can sit in that chair. He just can't. He can't adapt that way. He likes everything the same. Don't move anything. He don't so much fuss about it now because he's gotten used to me. Uh, but yeah, that's. But anyway, I feel good. Um, my husband's feeling a little poorly. I think he picked something up at the hospital there. Uh, I wasn't able to get much sleep for his coughing. About 2 nights now, and but anyway, despite all of that, I feel good. Um, and I like my new shirt. I call it new. It's used, but I like my new shirt. It's a color of camouflage, but it's not camouflage print. I think I tell you every day that I like my shirt. If I don't tell you I don't like the shirt, um, I think I do better if I don't even look at it. These shirts, I pick it up, I grab the bottom part of the waist and see if it'll go around my big belly. And if it'll go around, I'll just put it in my basket. And I get as many as I think a new shirt would cost. In other words, I get 4 It's $20 or $5 a piece. And I thought, okay, there's a new shirt, from somewhere that I normally would buy. And so I thought, well, okay, that's four, that's enough. I don't even hardly look at them anymore. I do better if I don't look at them. Uh, but if I study them and look at, oh, do I want this? And I end up just putting them all back, or I get something I really don't fit right or don't like. So I've got a new system now. I told pick it up, see if it'll go around the belly, and if it does, you got it. That's how come I bought that blouse with the stretched out neck. Uh, didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. Just, oh, I like this color. Let me see. Oh, yep, it'll go around the belly. Good. Of course, I did stitch that on the neck, so it turned out fine and comfortable and, everything. But yeah, don't look so hard. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't look at it so hard. They got the clothes and they think that they're helping people, and they are. But really, they got them high. They got them high. And then you go over to the Goodwill, which is supposed to be the cheapest place, and it's $7, $8. And you're like, what? You know, a person that I'm not in need. I just do it for fun. Um, but a person that goes in there that's in need, uh, $5 a piece is that's a lot of money that they may not have. You know. Oh well, y'all may be hearing a train. Oh, it's going through about a mile from me. No, no, no. It's a half mile. Yeah, half mile. I'd run down to the park. Just run down to the park. It's a mile to the park, and it's halfway to the park. So yeah. But anyway, I think of something somebody's commented. Hmm. I've given a lot of tours of. I did make a bedroom tour, didn't I? I made one, and then I found out that somebody was taking my squeaky wood floor. And this is terrible. Taking my squeaky wood floor when I walked on it like I was ripping them. And they made a big joke on their own site about it. So I deleted that tour on the bedroom. And I believe I made another one. I'm not sure. But if you go through my videos, and I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but my bedroom really hadn't changed. I do change my bed coverings, my blankets. Don't really change anything in there. The only thing I change is the dust. Um, but I could do that again, but I've already got it online, and my bedroom is in two rooms in one. I put two rooms together. I made the bed area, and then I've got the dressing room area. That's one full, and I've got it together with the curtain in the hall. That's what that curtain is there for. But and I've done the kitchen tour, and my kitchen really, I can't say that it's changed at all. Um, might have got a dish or two more, or changed dishes that I set out on the counter, or um, but it's pretty much the same. I do have a tendency to change stuff, but I'm slowing down. Uh, my living room, that little sitting room in there, uh, it does get flipped around. Curtains do change. I do change out to some more cheery spring curtains. Um, I've taken rugs in and out. All the rugs that I bought, except for that kitchen red one, I've taken to the balcony, laid them on the balcony, um, under the little old furniture that's out there. But pretty much, um, I haven't changed a whole lot. And I do have tour videos now. If you still want a video of, I don't want to do a video of the whole place. It'd take too long, unless I just run through, right through it, make you dizzy. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess I could. But everybody just loves the kitchen tour, and if I do another one, it'll be just like the other one. They'll be just alike. Um, I'm not certain. I think I even made a hall tour of the hall. The downstairs is my husband's. That's his place. You know, uh, what they call man caves. Not really manish cave. Just he just likes to go down there and watch his own television, football, and all that. I'm not a ball person. I like to play ball. When I was young, I played ball all the time. But I'm not a ball person. Uh, I won't watch football, or used to watch baseball some, but my husband didn't really get into it, so I quit watching that. And I don't care a whole lot for golf, or I even tried to play golf. Tried to force myself to play golf. Bought all the clubs in you know, it's all used, of course. You just couldn't get into it. I'm like, I told my husband, I said, what do you think about all this, just hitting the ball around? I mean, what do you think? He said, I don't care much for it, really. So we gave it about a year of trying to force ourselves to like it, to be social, and it didn't work. Come to find out, my husband's grandson was on the base. I forget where New York, somewhere. Anyway, had came down or something. I don't know how we got it. I can't even remember now. Might have just sent it to him, or somebody else went to visit him. That was it. His mother, maybe. Anyway, he got the golf clubs. He was about my height and everything, and so he got my golf clubs to give him something to do. He liked it, so uh, that was that. With that ball, uh, so I don't really watch ball games. I'll watch something up here, and if he comes up here, and I'll switch to watching something. Every once in a while, he'll slip and try to get me to turn it on something else, and I'll look at him. I said, "This is my TV. You go downstairs. Bye. You know, you get out of here. Bye." Yeah, forever, forever, ever. I sat downstairs and watched TV with him, and all he ever watched was the news, news, news. For years, news. He wouldn't watch a movie. He wouldn't watch anything entertaining at all. And so one Christmas it was, I believe, I bought myself a little TV, small TV. Well, I say small, it's probably about the size of that one, maybe a little larger. I'm not sure. No, I guess it's about the size of that one. But anyway, this after I got my Social Security, so I had my own money then, and I bought the TV, put it up here, and I'm just so excited. I started out with Netflix, and boy, oh boy, I just I was busy catching up to what all I missed. Catching up, catching up. I caught up to everything that I had missed all those years. And my TV started going out after about a year. Wasn't even a year. And I thought, oh wow, I had bought that myself. It was like $4.50 or something, and over at Best Buy. So I didn't even know the Salvation Army had them piled up in there for nothing almost. But anyway, so I called the Best Buy store and I said, could y'all look at my TV? Come out and look at my TV. Who are those people supposed to come in? The Geek Squad? Yeah. So they, well, they got my name and they looked it up and they said, well, Miss Thayer, did you know you have a guarantee, that you bought the guarantee on this TV? Oh, my husband threw a fit in the store. I said, oh no, I want the guarantee. He said, what are you doing throwing money away? You can throw money away. But when it goes out, it'll be too late and you'll throw that money away. I said, I don't care. It's my money. I'm going to spend it and I'm going to get insurance. Sure enough, the lady said, you got insurance? And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. What does that mean? Well, just come on up to the store and you pick another one out just like it. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? Have I died or something? you know? Went over to the store and, I got the TV there. And he looked, oh, we can't save this TV. You'll have to pick out it. There's so-and-so over there just like it. Or you can upgrade. Upgrade? Wait a minute. What are we talking about here? Upgrade. I'm like, this is too much. I can't believe all this is happening. Is this happening to me? Anyway, it sounded like I got that stuff from my husband. Anyway, I thought, well, yeah, okay, how much is this one? So it ended up, I had to save my money still. I wasn't going to the Salvation Army. I wasn't going anywhere. I was packing that money away big time from my Social Security. Anyhow, I said, I tell my husband, I said, no, I'm not going to spend that money. He said, you got loads pull some of that money out and quit hoarding that money. I said, no, we might need something. We might need a washer, a dryer, some tires. We can just walk right out and buy it. That I was being true. I wasn't making anything up. And so I thought, I got some money right here in my pocket. And there was a young man standing there. I said, where's your big TV? The biggest one you got in here right now. I said, I can't afford that one that's turned. I can't go there. And I can't go to the one that where you wear the glasses and you see everything coming at you. I said, I can't go that far. Where's your biggest one? And I said, I'll take that one as with my trade in. I'm supposed to get a new one. So I ended up paying $400 more. Oh, my husband, he was about to leave me in the store. He wasn't going along with it. He was making a big mistake. You should just get that TV free and clear and walk right out of here. You're giving them more money. And and then all the insurance again, that was killing me. And anyway, I got the big TV. And they come over and set it up and everything. And I mean, it's big. And to me, I've never had such a big TV. And then my husband's family was like, oh, well, how come Dad don't get a TV like that. I said, well, because Dad didn't work it out like I did. I said, I didn't just directly go and buy that TV. I worked my way up to it. I built my, like buying a car and you buy a better car and then you buy a better car. Anyway, so, well, I got one over here. I'm going to give him, uh, my son gave me a new one for Christmas. I'm going to bring him. Dad deserves a TV. He deserves a TV. I didn't deserve anything before. But anyway, for those of y'all that live in a marriage and a family that's been put together, you know what I'm talking about. So he brings a TV over. It's in its box. Everything. And my husband don't have nothing to do with it. So it stays in the garage. His TV was one with those big backs. It used to be my TV when I was single. That was my TV. Now he's down there with that one, that's connected to satellite, whatever. He wants that. So he don't want that other. So it's in the garage. It stays in there a whole year. Well, I went from rats to TVs, didn't I? I don't know if y'all want to hear the rest of this. But anyway, a year passed. And I said, you gonna do anything with that TV that your son gave you? He said, no, no. Why? What do you want to do with it? I said, I'm gonna put it right here. I said, I'd like to have an aquarium. Oh, instead of I was tempted. I was about to buy an aquarium. So I thought, I'm gonna put that TV and make an aquarium. So I put the TV right up there on that counter in the window. Most people don't put a TV in a bay window, but I did. And so anyway, his daughter came back over and said, Dad deserves a better TV than what. It's like it was my fault, like I was doing it. And so she comes over with her used TV so she could get a new TV. No new TV came over here for him, just their used ones. So here comes this TV and insisting that he put it in there. So he gave up the old one, put it at the street. It's playing fine. He really liked it. And he put in the other one. And I told her, I said, you know what? My husband's level of electrical appliances and things ends at the VCR. So you're putting something in that, he wears me out with his computer. He's constantly screwing it up. So, and she looked at it like, I was the wicked witch of the West. She said, I think you're being really cruel and really mean. I said, you don't live here. You don't know what goes on here. Go ahead on. Go ahead on. I'll tell him to call you when it goes out, and you can come over and put it back. And but anyway, they put it on, and he's called different ones of them to come over. So there you go. They're taking on the problem of his electrical deficiency, not me. um, that's my TV story, and I'm gonna stick to it. That's the one. Yeah. How come you have that? Dad deserves a nice TV like that. Um, yeah, but he don't want it. But anyway, that's how I got this huge TV in my sitting room in there. Um, and I like it. If I could have gotten it bigger, I would. But that was as big as I could go. Besides getting one of those strange ones. Now I wouldn't mind having one where you put the glasses on and the shark's coming at you, and it's still coming. Oh, now I don't know about those curved ones. I don't know. I saw one at the Salvation Army, and it was like 500 and something. And well, I thought, well, since I've been blowing all my money all every week over here, I don't have a pile of money anymore to go in and buy a $500 piece of anything. But anyhow, they have TVs line the walls. Sometimes they get so many, they have to stack them in there like books, and they turn them all on, and you can see the edge of them, that's on. And there was one that looked like a little pie pan. I mean, a little sheet pan. And it was so cute. I almost bought it just because it was about $10. I thought, that is so cute. If I had a spot, I'd put it in my kitchen, you know? But I can't, I don't know that there's a spot in there to squeeze anything else in. But anyway, I've jabbered about rats and TVs, and I don't know. Oh, you wonder, you look at that, is that the sun coming up? Of course it's the sun coming up because I got coffee. But some people, or tea, some people might drink that at night. So, I don't know. I think it's sunrise, and I think they got out there before daylight, sat down. Both of them, or maybe one of them. I said of them. Maybe it's just one person living there. So, what a deal. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. When I had my place out in the country, I had roses all over the place, and you could see them from all the windows. Um, and if you got upstairs, you could look out a window and you could see them, the whole garden of roses. Oh, but anyway. Well, maybe when it's time to go, it's walk through death's door. Uh, I'll meet some of y'all out there in a rose garden, maybe. Huh? Or maybe we got a porch like this, and there's enough room for all of us to sit on that porch, that beautiful lavender. That's got to be heaven on earth. And all that really exists. I just want to say, I'll bet you that really exists. It's got to. It's just got to exist. And those shutters locked down. I like that. Um, yeah, I like that storm shutters. But anyway, I have jabbered on a while, and it's going to take a while to load this. So I want to wish y'all a beautiful day. Um, weather might not be perfect where you are, but I'm sure you'll uh, do something anyway with it, even if it's just looking at it. So, but y'all take care, and I'll talk to you again.